Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce. We got another video here today about SoFi Technologies. Can't stop talking about SoFi. We're at 11:30 Pacific time, so that's about 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern time. We have an hour and a half to go before we close for the day. The shares are coming on yet again. Check out today's chart on SoFi. If you thought that the game was over, you would have bet dollars to donuts that around just around 11:30 today, you would have seen this chart where the stock dipped and hit the low of the day of 1895, and at that point you would have said, "There you go. The 1 week run is over for SoFi. It's had a couple of good days, but you know what? The party's over. Here we are on Thursday, and the stock is falling off." And maybe this is it. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. A hour later, look at the stock coming back on. And now here we are at, like I said, 2:30 in the afternoon Eastern time. We're now approaching really 1960 a share again. We're coming on. Volume for the day, 25 million shares. Check the chart now for the last, say, 3 months or so, and take a look at how this thing has behaved. It's kind of interesting because this last, let's say since September 21st, this stock's been on a bit of a run, but it hasn't felt like it. Investors have not felt like the stock really took off until really about 4 or 5 days ago when it broke through $16 and $17 a share. But back in September 21, even earlier than that, the shares are down in the 13s, 14s, and they have been steadily rising just methodically ever since. Today was a very good testing day of resistance. There is strong support here. We have traded over 100, I think over 130 million shares this week, maybe approaching 150 million by the end of the day today. That is serious turnover of stock, and there's a lot of buying coming in for the long haul on SoFi. Take a look at a chart for, say, 6 months or so. You'll notice that back in July range, that's the last time the shares were higher than where we are now. That's when they were in that $22 to $24 neighborhood for a good month and a half. I think we're headed there, and I think we might go beyond that price, because since then to now, the company has really grown out. It is really becoming a more of a household name among investors, definitely becoming a household name among customers. Their growth curve with regards to how many clients they have and how many they're adding is really accelerating, and the shares, the price of the shares is beginning to reflect it. So keep an eye on that SoFi, kids. I know a bunch of you are playing stock options on SoFi. You have options that are expiring hopefully in January, and nothing too much sooner than that. I know there are some of you who have options that die tomorrow. Some have options next week, the week after. Despite my best advice, I know, but I understand you're playing the market. You better get ready to do rollovers. Those of you who haven't yet played SoFi, you may want to look at options. You may want to look at put options to be to write cash secured puts against the stock. Look at January or beyond puts that are maybe even in the money. Check them out. Look for a nice fat premium if you can't. But the shares are moving higher. As we move into the low 20s, mid 20s, into this 22, 24 range, that is where option writing can begin for a bunch of you out there who hold more than 100 shares of SoFi. Some of you hold 500, 1,000, and so on. You're going to start writing call options against your SoFi. You're going to start hauling in $2 to $3 to $4 premiums on some of these contracts you're going to offer. You might be offering $24, $25, $26, $27 contracts over the next few months. There are dollars coming your way from option gamblers as this stock now begins to hit this 25-30 window. Potentially the next few months, you're going to get a lot of gamblers who are going to want to play options. You're going to help them to gamble their money towards you. Well done, everybody. 1960 is where we're at right now. Moving along on good volume today. Again, another 25 million plus traded today on SoFi. Hang in there. We'll see you live 3 o'clock this afternoon, and tomorrow morning, 8:30 in the morning. Don't forget, head over to my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca, and check out the courses I've listed all there, all about how to write options. You have to learn this stuff. You got to learn up on it. Check out those courses. Figure out how to become an option writer, because your SoFi shares are about to make you really nice income for quite a while going forward. We'll see you later today, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.